Hey, folks, welcome to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about Pillage and the CM Diary, and we're going to put off the raid strategy guide till next Wednesday because really not that much in it, and I don't think anybody will remember it for a week. So, and also the TLC for points. Let's wait till we get some more details. And let's say hello to everybody. Lady Cat.
Hello.
Magic Mike.
Hey, folks.
And the tectonic plate builder, Derpy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Oh, and if Run Runner's out there, happy birthday.
Okay. All right, well, let's move along then. All right, fix an issue where up, down arrow keys move the screen in HTML5 when not in full screen. I heard people complain about that. I do not know if it's fixed because I did not have that. Well, I never play in windowed screen. I always play full screen in the game, so never was an issue with me. So I'm assuming that's fixed. And this is the one, that I sent in. Fix an issue where the Goliath couldn't be refit if it had a skin. The Goliath has a skin?
It surprises me.
I didn't even know that was even a thing. Did they have? They had skins back then.
There's someone who's collecting the holes or whatever. Noticed their R10 Goliath didn't work properly, so they gave it one, or they fixed it or something. It's taking care of the real problems and the real priorities in today's game, like skins for old defender holes.
Was that somebody's name start with a Q?
Yes, that does.
Okay, that's that. All right. Fix an issue where Control-C doesn't work when copying build codes. Okay. So that's fixed. Additional improvements to battle indicator visibility may require further adjustment. The battle indicator is the red glow around the target that you're hitting or being hit, if it's your base or if you're hitting a target.
Does that mean?
Can I share my screen really quickly so you can see exactly how bright this thing is?
Yeah, it lights up like a Christmas tree.
I'm just looking at it for the first time. This thing is bright red. You're not going to miss this. I don't know how well you can tell on YouTube and the Zoom and stuff.
Yeah. We can definitely tell. Yeah, it lights up like a Christmas tree at this point in time.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's out here.
But when the battle's over, like my campaign tower, for example, would light up red. It would still be red even after the battle was done in HTML5. Has that been fixed?
I didn't see anything about a campaign tower. I mean, the target here just ended and it went away. So that's the only answer I can give.
Okay.
But if my campaign tower is glowing bright red, that might be an issue.
Josh, that might have to do with your build as far as a lack of evade. I don't know if you're running a crew, but I don't know what your build is, but at least as a short-term Band-Aid, I would run Sea Serpents at the very least to try and mollify that issue. So,
Josh, I accidentally used my free fleet of mutineers instead of my good fleet, and my fifth ship was half dead as well. So if you're using the free fleet, that's probably why. So what I would do is, after every battle, at least swap your ships around and put a different ship in the fifth slot. And you'll at least get a few more hits in before you have to put it up for the night.
Yeah. Take too many hits on the rear end, just switch it out. So, fix an issue in the Archimedes where range increase specials don't appear to be applying to the telegraph range displays.
That's something I noticed in the bounty target half centaur's base.
Just his? Was he cheating?
Yes, he was probably cheating. I'm sure that's what it is. I know it's probably in everyone's. And it was the firing arc was not accurate. So this is a good fix. They caught it quickly. I didn't even complain about it, and I didn't really see anyone else. But this is it's important. The turret
Yeah.
actually shows what it's shooting at, which is to be expected. But
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, if there's no more on bug fixes, let's move on to our HTML tips. As far as people that are still having issues with HTML5, wait on the loading screen for at least 5 minutes. I would assume this just means the first time you load it.
the first time you load it, the first update of the week, whenever they make any changes to visuals inside the game, it takes longer to load in all those assets. So
yeah, so
it's not bad for me at all anymore. But definitely the first few times it will take longer.
yeah, so don't give up after 2 minutes, and it won't take that long every time. So do not open a different tab while the game is loading. Do not open up a different window while the game is loading.
So stay on the game, stay on the window. Don't
Yeah.
click other places.
You can walk out of the room. You can do other things, but don't change the resource allocation of your computer or your browser. Turn or both, but whatever. Turn on hardware acceleration. We went through this. Was it Wednesday? Last Wednesday or Friday?
One of the two, and that's not in the game. That's in your browser itself. So in Chrome, in Opera, and wherever else you're playing on.
Yeah, and it was Friday, so watch the Friday show, and Derpy shows you. I think it was Friday. Shows you how to do it.
Yeah. Disable all ad blockers. Now, this can be finessed. At least with I run. What is it? Ad blocker plus or no? Just ad block. You can give permission to a single site or a single page to disable ad blocker, which most people that run them probably know. And I think this is what they're intending to mean. Not that you need to watch tons of ads on other pages, but if you click on the Derpy, you want to do that or?
I don't have an ad blocker, so
Okay. Well, you can click on it and say, don't run on this page or do not run on this site. If you go to the game and say, do not run on this page, it should not run in the Battle Pirates game tab that you're running until you re-engage that. So close all other tabs that are already playing the game. Yeah, that's connect
and
directly
close
to
other tabs that are using a whole bunch of your computer stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, further down on the second page, it says, "Don't be watching Pornhub while you are loading the game." So connect directly to Ethernet rather than relying on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
Yeah, that's not. Ensure your system and connection meets Battle Pirates minimum requirements. I don't think they've updated those in like umpteen years.
And even if they have, my system doesn't meet the minimum requirements in terms of processor speed, and I can play fine. So that's probably not very important.
Are you running a laptop or a desktop?
I'm on a laptop.
Okay, because a lot of times it's the lesser video cards on the laptops that I think are causing some people issues. So yeah, it's because the RAM is 4. It's not 2.5 gigahertz multi-core. It's they're basically in a computer that's been created in the last 6 or 7 years as a laptop, maybe longer with a desktop. They aren't that stringent from what I've seen. I don't know anymore. We've gone through some of the tips and tricks, so to speak, with HTML5 as far as different problems that will crop up potentially if you're using old practices. But yeah, if you guys have any individual questions that we have answers to, we don't have answers to them, you can either file a ticket. Sam Geely feels lonely because she put out a post that if you have any problems, as of contact her on Discord. But she's said as of yesterday, only one person has contacted her. But you find
I just did earlier today, and she said, "Have you filed the ticket yet?" I said, "Okay." It doesn't make a lot of sense to say. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just read that because I don't know what she's. Yeah. All right. Anything else on HTML5? If we know the answers, again, we'll answer them if you throw the comment out there. But otherwise, let's move on. All right. The new calendar. Whoops. Did you double click? Can you go back one?
Yeah, I did, and it just came up, but okay.
Okay. We have Pillage. We'll talk about later. The raid strategy guide. We might talk about on Friday. It's out. We probably wait till next Wednesday. December designer diary. It's going to get into some more stuff. Then we have the raid live wire, which continues some of these 80s, 90s song references. Since I think Derpy's less likely. That you realize that's a Motley Crue song.
Okay, boomer.
Okay. So, and 12 Days of Kickness begins. So just, I think it starts December 12th and runs
December 12th. Yep.
To the 23rd.
And 12 through 24 is actually 12 days, or 12 through 23 is 12 days, even though it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. So, and then we have the FM VXP weekend, which I already have issues with. And normally, because it just popped out yesterday, I normally go through and just delete all the Decembers because it doesn't add anything, to be honest. But building pack updates, that sort of scares me because it's
yeah.
Because it's in preparation for our tier 10 base
and our outpost upgrade. You're thinking,
what else are they going to give us? So yeah, that's it. Doesn't it feel too soon?
It's been a while. My base is now maxed out except for a few turrets I'm just checking on. My labs are done. My portals are done. Everything is up there. And so I've got nothing to do with building, really.
Yeah.
So maybe it is time.
Yay, walls.
What?
Maybe we'll get lucky and get some more walls.
I hope to God we don't get more walls. We're going to get composite wall. We're going to get a super composite wall that's made up of 4 composite walls. So 16 regular walls is one massive square.
Yeah, we're
awesome.
We're going to have barbed wire on top.
There you go.
Yeah.
Electrified.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, we're going to go from 600 walls to 2,400 walls just to keep Mike happy.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
I like more than
some. Because I like this period of constancy in regards to everybody's built the base components of their base. The labs are upgraded, even though the labs that speed or upgrades or armors or weapons only apply to tier 9, right?
Tier 9 through 9.5.
Well,
tier 10 comes out. Are they going to count? We don't know.
We don't know. So it could impact both PvE and PvP when they drop. I'm not looking forward to it. December contest is also going to be there. I don't know. Does anybody have any comments on the December contest?
Maybe we have to throw a snow globe at someone. I don't know.
Snow globe, eh?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I'm out of ideas.
Yeah. Krampus returns. Midol stock is going up. And then the PV Hall calendar, which I really hope. I've already set a reminder in my calendar in my phone to remind them to include the actual date for the TLC for the second TLC for the Ronin, which has been left TBC. So the voice to text didn't work very well. So I think I'll figure out what it means when it comes that way. But
let's see. TBC sounds kind of like 12/3, which is tomorrow. Surprise.
Okay. Bounty, monthly check-in, December CM diary. And what I was referring to earlier, one more click. All right. What I was referring to is the skirmish TLC for the Ronin skirmish hall, which we'll earn during Live Wire. We have a date or a week for December, but January, it's actually TBD and TBC. It's both. So I'm hoping that they will update that because of the extremely long upgrade times that you have, especially on your flag where you don't get any tokens for it to speed them up, that they give us an exact date so people know when to update. It can range from 8 days plus to 10 days plus. And, people need to know ahead of time if they want to use that particular hall that it's named for, as opposed to using the older hall. So, is this new skirmish a sub or like the past skirmiships we got?
I don't think they're ever going to do a sub again, at least not one that actually surfaces and goes back underwater. People apparently just don't like driving them.
Yeah, it's the oh damn it, I just forgot his name.
The Ronin, Liam 99.
No. The Liam 99 rule that we're not going to have a sub that actually you have to pay attention whether it's surfaced or not.
I would like one. I think that would be good.
Yeah, I find them fun.
As long as it's not a massive damage increase or being spotted versus not.
Yeah. This is in regards to the next level of potential OP and tier 10 bases. I think it's going to be more than a bigger footprint. It's a good one to stay ahead of. Yeah. Well, potentially, yeah. But I think it's going to be more than that. So, Josh likes the subs. Yeah, I found the subs to be fun. For a while, I mean, they're not, they're not an auto fleet, which a lot of
that's why you've got to frame them a certain way or release them. We had Tide Seekers and what was it, Hellswarms? No,
Hellstrike.
Hellstrike.
Yeah.
And you could drive. There was an actual auto fleet, an actual driving fleet. So.
Yeah.
Mine's still level 1. I'm hiding my. Hold on, I'm going to share this.
Okay. Radio tower level 3.
Hold on. This
is that the one that's actually going to work?
Let's play Find Derpy's radio tower.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Jeez, that's so small.
I got it hiding right here. It's level 1. It's behind the wall, so you can't see it.
Okay.
Hiding right here.
Popeye, keep an eye out for this.
Yeah, I shouldn't have told him. So if people are attacking my base, they've got to press S and hope they can find it, or it's camouflage. You just can't find the thing. So level 2 actually camouflages fairly well. Level 3, maybe they'll make that one bright pink.
I don't, I mean, I don't think it's that hard to find relative to the. I mean, I can't find my launch pad. I don't even know where it is in my base anymore, so I have to use that menu on the right to pull down to make rockets because I don't even know where it is anymore. I mean, yours is mine's in
Mine's right here.
mine's but mine I don't even know where it is, and so yeah. Ninjas is hitting some mountains. So let's move on. Okay, Live Wire is the next name of the next raid. This is the technologies that can be dropped. We're going to have a let's say the ship, the Ronin. This the Ronin, which is going to be the Hall, which is a sort of a rogue samurai. The whole thing has a samurai theme to it. Has twin firing arcs on either side that act as an effective CM shield versus non-torpedoes. So that's sort of interesting until we actually see what that means. And then we have the upgrades from 1 through 3. We have in the raid, we have the non-limited torpedo. We have the Saya torpedo bay, which I assume is just going to be doing either reload, accuracy, or damage. This
Probably
is
like advanced concussive payload 5 at this point.
Yeah, and this is something that should be released in the FM after the raid.
I don't know. I agree with that because it's a blueprint unlimited.
Yeah. Well, then I would go with the Kenjutsu countermeasure system.
That sounds more likely to be an FM special to me.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's in the next raid.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because we're going to have another limited special later on.
Yeah, the engine.
But I see.
That's why I'm.
That's what you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What they should have done is they should have put this Kenjutsu countermeasure special. That should have been the Forsaken Mission special.
Yeah, or they should have done something because not releasing the engine until the FM really affects how players can do surveillance or whatnot, or gain knowledge associated with the mechanics of the upcoming target that we see in the VXP weekend. Between the For the Ladies engine and the Stone Cold engine, they were released as part of Pillage, so we had a chance to get 5 of them before we even got the ship. So if you so choose, you could have put engines on all of your ships and go into these VXP targets and learn a fair amount about them. But the situation that we're in now is that it appears that we'll probably get a redeem of 2 on the engines 2 days before VXP weekend, and you will not be able to complete you won't be able to get 4 of them until the second week after it's all over, which I don't think is a great idea. How many armors do we need for the new? It's 4. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm getting 10 of each personally.
Yeah, because there'll be 20 on the ship. So yeah, I mean, you might want to get more of probably the concussive armor because there's a chance that the flag or the 5th ship will get targeted more. But if you're going to auto everything, you might want to go the other way. And they want you to guess blindly. So yeah. I'm not happy with this strategy of not allowing at least a couple people to at least experiment and then share with the rest of the community what is going on in these targets. I mean, but whatever. They don't listen. So, all right. Let's move on. Pillage. And let's a lot of the same for Pillage. Same targets. So let's move on. We got the 138, the 145, same as last month. Next month, the Mutineer is going to be replaced by the Gladius, and I assume the same points payouts and just some target that we've probably seen before. The 138 is the same as it was last month, and I think the month before.
Yeah, that's been the same for quite a while. And our
not
forever.
Not
forever. At least 2 previous months. And our fleet has gotten better since that was introduced. So
yeah, well, since last time we've gotten the ability to upgrade, and we also got the engine that reduces weight and changes a few things. And I guess we'll get more into that as we progress.
Yeah, and the 138 came out in the October pillage, October 7th, so 2 months ago. And
Okay.
plus this month, this is the third time we've seen this target.
Okay. So, yeah, we've run through this before. Yeah, Josh, if you want to like share something about your build, but I think we talked about this earlier about swapping out that last ship, and because what's happening with you is the accuracy based weapons are hitting the fish ship as you run away from it. So I don't know anything about your build, but again, the Band-Aid is sea scorpions. I'm sorry. So let's move on. Yeah, sea serpents. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, we have the. This is getting released, not in. Oh no! This is getting released in Pillage. We're allowed to get 10 of these. This is the limited torpedo. We don't have the stats on the unlimited or non-limited torpedo. They're definitely aiming for something with this reload time of 3.2. I'm not sure why, because normally we get whole numbers with the reload time most of the time.
What is that? How does that compare to the what's the last torpedo we had for the riots? That's Bone Skewer as the unlimited. I mean, it's got significantly more damage. 52,000 damage on this one versus the tier 8.5 one is 32k.
Yeah.
And reload 3. So I mean, this is doing more damage. Really can't tell what it means in a vacuum. Same range as everything else. It's a standard torpedo, just does a bit more damage with a really high visible range, but not that really means anything for
for PvE
PvE targets.
Yeah. So like, it's not even ships getting fired on. It's like, oh, the neighbors can see you're getting fired on because it's got a range of 88, but a visible range of 160. It's fine with me. I mean, I don't really think the NPCs really react to seeing the torpedoes. So this time of 10 hours and 9 minutes is that is a at this point, because obviously I can't refit them onto something. This is just the blanket fit time. So if you have labs or something else that lowers your refit time, that's the number for it. So it's probably going to be closer to 8 hours.
And that is the exact same as the build time for the Buccaneers weapons.
Very good. So we're going to get 10 of these, or you can get 10 of these in the current pillage, and then you get 10 of them in the raid live wire, and then you can get 10 of them in a TLC that pops up the week after VXP weekend, and then you can get another 10 of them in the next pillage, and that'll give you a total of 40 but prior to the first raid. So nothing remarkable to say about it. I didn't compare it to the 8.5 because you might
It's
as well.
better. I mean, not really
Yeah.
much to say about it. It's just significantly better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on. Here's the one that's questionable.
Yeah.
Because nobody trusts splash damage reduction at this point in time. The number's
Splash damage
fairly
reduction is not a stat that works.
Yeah, and it doesn't stay. It also has a plus 35 evade bonus and a plus 40 tactical field resistance. So we have to assume, and then plus 10% combat speed, which is whatever. I was hoping this was going to be the engine, but it wasn't. The tactical field resistance makes you assume that, based on prior history, that the mortars are going to create some sort of field that's going to slow you down or do something bad to you. But historically, they've been avoidable.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
This looks like a better damage diffusion system that also gives you tech field resist.
yeah. So it really depends how much you need this tactical field resistance. If you can avoid it, there's probably, and you assume the splash damage reduction at that point in time when that raid pops up is going to be as useless as it is now, that you might want to compare it to like a Hyper 30, where you get 30% combat or evade, 30% combat speed, 30% projectile speed. You have those sort of things that might be better because it doesn't stack with that. Obviously, it doesn't stack with Guidance Scrambler 3. It is tricky with this bonus combat speed of plus 10% because some people might be, especially if you could avoid the tactical fields, some people might be tempted to okay, maybe I'll put these on the back 4 or 3 of the ships, and I put Guidance Scrambler 3 or Hyper 30, something else on your first and fifth ship to increase the evade from 35% to 50%. But that's not really an option with that, unless you're going to run a sync drive, which probably is not a good decision. Do you have more venom to spew on this one, Drippy?
I guess if people are wondering, splash damage reduction is a stat that's added on to your survival, and it's effective depending on how close the projectile hits your ship. So if the enemy mortar hits your ship, say directly on top of it, 0 splash damage reduction will apply. If it hits it some certain value away, you could theoretically get up to 100% of that applying, but the damage the mortar does is already going to be fairly low if it hits far away. That's not very useful, because if the mortar is going like 10 range away from you and doing 100 damage, and you have 50 million health, not really a huge factor. And how this works is it does not apply directly to the damage first, it's added into their survival. So let's say splash damage reduction turns out to be, and I'm being generous, 50% effective. It would be like adding 6.4k survival, and once you're up to U2, X1, whatever, having 100,000 versus 106,000 survival makes almost no difference. So even if you give this special a chance and the stats a chance of working, which rarely happens, it's not going to really matter by the time you're on a full build.
Yeah, so the only potential saving grace I see on this special is the tactical field resistance.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah, so, but we won't know.
And if evade turns out to be super important, and let's say there are torpedoes that turn out to be really, really powerful, so you need lots of evade, this might not be the best to go for. But then you can look at what information we have on the hull, and it's going to stop all the normal torpedoes. Maybe the smart torpedoes are going to hit you and have an ice storm.
Well, let's go back to that. It's not going to stop. It's going to have arcs on the side. We don't know how big those arcs are that are somehow countering stuff. So if you're going straight at something, the way I read that, or the way I understood it, if you're going straight at something, those torpedoes are going to hit you. But if you make a turn at the last minute, you have a chance to shut those down.
Yeah, we don't even know if that's going to be, if those arcs on the side are going to be fully effective or not. Because if you give us a countermeasure that doesn't work all the time, then you get the photon ECM.
Yeah. So, but still, I would claim them all. But we don't know at this point. And I don't know until the raid if we're going to know how well they work. I don't even know if we're going to get an indication with the XP weekend. That's where we hope we would know, but it's hard to tell. So, all right. If there's nothing else on the Shikoro splash shield, let's move on. Yeah, this is the last slide. So basically, to get the top two prizes, you need to hit 19 sets, 19 of the top sets to get that. Across 4 days, 5 each. It really depends on your builds and your level of technology. It's not really all that bad. I mean, it's sort of a...
I'm a third of the way there with one fleet. It's only been like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. One fleet's about dead. My Everest fleet's about dead because I've just been autoing that. And I've been using my Mutineers in the 145. Maybe I take 5 minutes damage that's not instant repair on the 5th ship, even with his Sea Serpent. So I go in, spend 5 minutes repairing, 5 minutes later hit another target. And I'm a third of the way there already with obviously no coins. So
okay, so that's hitting the 145 target with the Mutineer. Do you want to demo that, or you?
I can do it in 5 minutes when I'm done repairing.
Okay, yeah, because that might be helpful. I think I mentioned earlier that as far as the 138 targets, after the addition of the engine and all the changes that we talked about on previous shows, I was getting about 47 minutes on the 138. I'm down to the last one was 31. The previous one was 34. I've only hit 2 at this point. So if you have I have U2 on the flag and 2 ships and U1 on 2 others. And then I made the changes that we talked about on the show previously as far as adding another mortar, increasing our combat speed and things of that nature. And, I've seen fairly significant difference. It's not huge, but it is, it's fairly, it works.
And what's your upgrade level at?
Well, as I said, U2 on the flag and U2 on 2 of the ships and then U1 on the 2 others.
Okay, that's a bit ahead of me. My flag's at U2, and then 1 ship's at U1, then the other 3 are still at U0.
Okay.
I'm assuming we'll get tokens at some point, at least to start those out.
Yeah, at least for the back ships.
And during the raid, I can upgrade those. Is the idea?
Nah, I don't know about that.
So why would I not want to upgrade my Everest during the raid?
Because you're gonna
Well,
get the
not
Ronin. Really, you're gonna get the Ronin in the
not
first
this
2 hours.
raid. The other raid in the cycle. That's when we
Okay,
upgrade our second mission suits.
yeah, not this raid, but 5 weeks from now. I just want to clarify that. So 5 weeks from now, you would want to upgrade your Everest. So, because at this point, with the upcoming raid, you want to be saving your tokens and doing all that good nonsense in order to get your Ronins out, in order to participate in somewhat in VXP weekend. Get them all, scald as possible, because normally the TLC associated with the raid fleet only provides 80,000 VXP, which is not enough to get even one ship up. So you need to participate in VXP weekend, or you're going to have, issues, associated with your ship sinking up, as far as all sorts. You just need to do it. I mean, we've gone through this before, and it's a bad mechanic as far as I'm concerned, that you need to be part of the XP weekend. Okay, your Everest is all at U3, Josh. How are you finding the 138?
While he waits to answer, I'll tell you that I've been just autoing it for an hour and a half of damage, if I haven't said that already.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can get, because I could upgrade some slides. There we go. Because I could add some. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a second here. I'm going to. He asked for what my build was on the Everest, as far as where I'm getting 31 to whatever.
I think he was asking for your build on the Mutineer, but
I haven't even talked about my Mutineer, so I don't know. Let's see. Is there anything you want to talk about while I'm doing this? Or
I'll have my fleet repaired soon.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they want to discuss in the meantime?
Well, I know that they don't normally do it, but I really had hoped that they would put the photon upgrade tokens in Pillage, because we've had 2 short months in a row, and there's just been no time to finish upgrades.
Yeah.
I was wishing they'd throw us a bone. So if you're listening, Text, it would be really, really a nice thing to do. And we'd be so grateful.
Yeah, they do have time-limited offers out here at this point, so I think that's what they're pushing for, because what it's like, depends how close you are. It's I think the last one I saw was like 49 gold for 2 days, and then you got a better deal as you move forward. But but they don't. Yeah, sometimes they do that right towards the end. And I'm having so many problems with slides recently.
All right, my Mutineer battle's up on screen.
Okay.
So if you want, you can auto this target, and it works okay. I'll probably take an hour damage if I do that. I stack up and then move towards the first ship. I think Mike ran through this last month. And I did refit one ship with some of the D5 EV armor, so it pulls out slightly ahead that fifth ship and takes the brunt of the torpedo fire and has a whole bunch of evade on it. But that's not necessary. It just makes driving for me a little bit easier, so I don't have to fiddle around with what ship is out ahead as a tank. It just does it automatically because it's got combat speed of 1 or 2 higher.
Okay.
And this is really not that difficult driving. There's nothing on a razor's edge you have to pay attention to in terms of outranging things. And I don't do it perfect every time. You saw I got hit a little bit by some of those drones from that last Jugex. But it's going around in a circle. Make sure you always have an ammo carrier up against the Jugex and just try to approach those from the side. So your red range is in your red circles in range of that.
Yeah, I just did it for about 27 minutes. Pretty much exactly what you're doing. Not pretty much, exactly what you're doing.
I miss not having a good auto target.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good auto target. In the raid, I was autoing this one. I could do like 14 of them in the raid before I log off. So you can get at least 7 done. And if you've got an X1 fleet now, because that was the first raid in the cycle, you can do it pretty. I mean, this one is an auto target.
Did
There's none of
you
those.
come in at a certain angle, or
Nope, it's locked. The angle you come in is locked in this target.
It's about 1 o'clock.
okay?
So it doesn't matter where on map you hit this thing. You're always coming at the,
Okay,
like Mike said, about 1 o'clock.
I'll try and auto it.
And I guess usually when I'm doing these, I kill the ammo carriers on the way. The green bar on my mean mirrors. The top one's the health. The second whitish one, that's the special weapon ammo carrier, special proto ammo, whatever you want to call it. And that recharges with the flagship's X1 aura or with the proto. If you get within these ammo carriers, you can steal it from them.
Hefe, would you say the 138 was taking you?
31 to 34 minutes.
Okay, I'm trying one to see what happens.
Damage taken is 96% of it was evaded or shot down. 4% was, I guess, it means it took 4%, most of which my survival took care of, but there's a tiny orange bar. So there's 5 minutes, 58 seconds. Most of it, probably all of it, is on that fifth ship. So I'll spend a minute or two repairing and dock, go out again. Usually I do a bit worse than this. So
Okay,
I'm
for
just gonna do
Josh,
that.
for Josh, could you hover over that?
Yeah, so my normal build is right here. It's this one I'm showing you. It's got 1 countermeasure, and then the rest are limited weapons. 3 concussive armor, 1 explosive, although that doesn't really matter if I'm not taking damage on these. And the specials are shown there. We've got Reef Rider, Impact Overdrive, Signal Amplification Armor, Liberty Belt, Guidance Glimmer 3, and the last one must be High Yield something. I can't remember what that one's called.
Signal amplification. The blue one.
Yeah, the blue one's Signal Amplification Armor. The bottom.
Oh, that's what is that one called? I'm sorry, I don't. It's
Full Metal
called.
Casing.
Okay, there we go.
And my fifth ship, I put a whole bunch of evade stuff on there, and have that, the engine, and Signal Amplification Armor, a whole bunch of evade stuff, some older armor that gives you 5k concussive survival as well as evade, and then a D5 EV plate for a bit of combat speed, bit of evade. And that was a 1-day refit to that armor. So, and evade upgrades like a few hours. I did that with the token. That's what I've been doing, and they're all at X1. So there we go.
Okay.
If you built a ship like the one I'm showing right now, right here with Agility 4, I mean, that's just an extra few hours of build time. I don't know why you did that, but this, if you build 5 of these, you do perfectly fine. Like there's no reason to take, I would not expect your fifth ship to take half its damage in one battle.
Yeah, this must be a driving issue because he's taking an hour and 13 minutes from the first one.
I mean, are you autoing it? I'd expect that if you autoed it.
Yeah. You don't. There's certain ones you don't auto. So, Josh, if you're autoing it, yeah, that's.
If you auto it, you might have to switch out and rotate the fifth ship around a bit. That's what I've been doing with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
you can do it. I would expect an hour damage if I was autoing a target. If it was about half an hour in the raid, makes sense to be about an hour here. Yeah, no crew will do you too. I do have sea serpents, which is helpful. But that's what I've been doing, and I'll do, I don't know, a dozen or so of those. And
it took me 58 minutes. That sucks.
58 minutes on the
138.
138.
I don't know what I did wrong.
I don't know. Hefe drives it complicated. Goes in whatever else. Tanks a bit, I'm sure. I don't even want to drive it once. It just takes too long. So like I said, I just auto them.
I think my build is almost the same as Hefe's. Like,
do you have the new engine then?
I didn't hear your question.
Do you have the capstone engine?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that helps a bit. Your fleet's a bit faster, right?
Yep, it is a little bit faster.
Okay, I autoed the 145 for 51 minutes.
So 51 minutes for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's close enough to 105. That's within, or 113. That's, a few variations or randomness, right?
Yeah. So that works for me for now.
Yes. It seemed like it was that hurtful last time.
It's when you can drive it for almost nothing, and the auto takes an hour, then it's frustrating. But sometimes that's all we can do is find time to auto.
I'm going to try stacking my ships up at the very start and then pressing S, seeing what kind of results I get there.
On which one?
On the 145 with Meteors.
You might get all your damage. Well, you've got your fifth ship different, so you might do better.
Even if I didn't have that with a faster combat speed, it might even still all be on the fifth ship.
Mine was sort of spread out a little bit. It wasn't all on the fifth. Probably because they weren't stacked to start.
And everyone should be able to get, if you really want to, a third fleet of mutineers from the beginner campaigns now.
What? Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's no reason not for anybody not to be able to get pillage points. Just need some time.
And there's not a whole lot to get in this pillage, really, apart from the new skirmish stuff, is there? There's the baffle turret, which I guess I could pick up 2 more of. I was hoping for the Armageddon scattergun to be in here, because that was in bounty over, 2 bounties ago. I think it was when it came out. So
the turret that was in, well, when was this turret? And
the baffle turret, I think it came out a month ago in bounty, if I remember correctly. Or is that a TLC turret?
I got it, so I didn't, and I don't do.
Yeah, I've got it too, and I don't do bounty. So
I meant a month ago in pillage.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So they should have brought out a different one this month.
I think you're right.
If the Armageddon came out 6 weeks ago, I would have had it in here. It's just better than the mongoose. So
Well, maybe they'll. Sometimes they add and change things. Like I'm still hoping they'll add the upgrade token.
Sometimes.
you
I don't
can hope.
expect it.
They never add. They never add photo. They never add those tokens.
I know they don't, but that's what I'm saying. They could this time just 'cause it's that time of year.
I'm still trying to find out what the Black Friday deals were.
That was the Warhound YouTube.
Well, and also getting the generic build tokens. That's the other ones that they like to use, as opposed to being locked to tier 8 or particular ship. You know, you can use them in 10 years from now, so to speak. So, at like half price. So, not a great deal, but you know.
Yeah, I was hoping for better deals. But
Well, I autoed a 145 after stacking up, and I got 19 minutes damage.
wow.
Really?
So you might want to try stacking up first, then autoing. I know it's not true auto, but it might reduce your damage.
Now
I'll
that's
try
what
that.
Wait, you said you got 19 minutes on a 138 just
19
stacking
minutes,
and
No.
145.
145.
But that's with the steelhead screw, right?
That's with the
No.
steelhead screw.
Wait,
and
19
the fish
minutes.
chip.
Was it
19
still?
minutes damage on the 145 mutineer target. I took my fleet in, stacked up, pressed the S button, walked away.
But it wasn't Steelhead's crew. It was SS crew, right?
Yeah, let's see serpents.
You did
And
have,
you took how much damage again?
19 minutes.
I can try it like crewless.
The 145. I'm sorry, I was
Yes.
thinking the 138.
Yeah,
No.
Mutineer.
Fucking mutineers.
Okay, you want to run through that, Mike?
I can in a minute. Yeah. Let's see. Wait a minute. Is that the kicks build? Hold on. For some reason, I got two.
I don't know what it is with people and putting the letter B in my name when there's no letter B in my name. That happens a lot
Burpee?
more often than you think.
Where do they put the B? Burpee or derpy?
Derby.
Derby hat.
Yeah,
People
okay.
on forums do it. Josh just, I don't know what's up with that. Magic bike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, I may introduce him that way next time. Okay, so you went from you shot 43 minutes off of that by changing your path. So you know, if you prefer, you know, work
And
harder.
if you do that a few times, because you might not have gotten that path perfect that first time, you know, you'll probably improve if you keep going.
Yeah, a lot of these driving targets, the more, you know, because that's one of the things I like to do. I like to just chip a little bit away each time, and you know, especially on these grind fest events, you know, especially the raid. I'm happy if, like, I get it down to a certain point, and I'm like, oh, I chopped a minute off it. Now I chopped 2 minutes off of it, and you know, you find small victories where you can, I guess. So I don't know. It's enjoyable to all, but you know, I you know, it doesn't really impact the end of the day, but you know. So yeah, yeah. I mean, the limit. Well, but the mutineers. If you do the TLCs, you should have a lot of extra tokens, and you should have, in addition to the extra tokens, you should have a lot of limited weapons if you wanted to upgrade during any downtime. That might improve your performance, because that happens a lot between when the raid cycle ends and when something gets into Pillage. There's a lot of TLCs that provide a lot of advantages between the build, upgrade tokens, and limited weapons and specials. So, you almost ready, Mike?
Almost.
Okay.
Do a little cleanup here.
Aisle 6.
Yeah. We're just going to do a 145 stack, no crew. I'm just going to find one here real quick. Pillage 145. See how close it brings me. That's not too bad. Okay, I got to share.
So, there we go.
Should be on there now.
So we did the HTML. We did the monthly contest. Promoting HTML5 is something that people should pay attention to. You know, potentially we're going to get 50 gold. So, Derpy, do you think that's going to get you a pardon?
You know, what am I getting? But what? Who gets 50 gold?
Well, everybody who participated gets 50 gold if they win.
In what?
If they win.
If they win, the old ship showcase, whatever you want to call it, the ship show.
Now this is just a vanilla fleet doing auto. Just
Okay.
not a vanilla fleet. It's a little bit upgraded. Just
Yeah.
It's making excuses. It's got the new weapons on it. Let's put it that way. In old glory, I believe. And no tank.
Yeah. It's taking a while to take that one down. Though.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Do you have X1 in your flag?
It is X1. Yep.
Okay.
Mine doesn't reload very fast either.
Okay.
Not taking out the other.
But you're so young.
Well, that's a bad. Whatever that did was bad.
But you're not really taking that much damage if you look at it.
Not too.
But yeah, it's getting up close and personal.
It will.
He's invading your personal space.
Yeah, it'll take damage up here. As an aside, I'm not trying to impress anybody.
We didn't think you were.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you got one.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
So it's 23 minutes. So yeah, things are working. So you're going along the right path, Josh. We've gone from an hour and 13 minutes down to 23 minutes. So yeah.
This was about an hour driving, or about 30 minutes driving. Just a round number.
Yeah, I think you're going to get about
No, it's going to be over an hour.
an hour.
I think.
I was going for 42 minutes.
Okay. I'll take it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
See you in a minute here. Okay, drum roll. 54 minutes.
You're way ahead of us if you already called that.
58, 59. 59 minutes.
Okay.
Fifth ship got slaughtered.
Yeah. So if you want to spend 2 days of tokens on refitting that thing to give a crazy evade.
Let's see, I wonder what I do have. I think it's on the flag.
So go back to that ship once you
I will.
get back to your base and tell us, show us what the fifth ship has as far as again, no crew, party foul,
Yep.
party foul. You should have run sea serpents.
So what's your evade percent there?
What's that? I'm sorry.
What's your evade percent under defense?
71.
71.
Okay, I'm at 89.
Okay, so that'll help. I think I might have put the. No, I do have 3. No, 2 and 2. I have the wrong ship in the 5th slot because I think one of these has 3 different armors. Maybe not.
Okay, but you have 89, but you also have a longer repair time based on, because I have 74 on one.
So 6 minutes for the other 4 ships. So everything was on the 5th ship.
Yep. Pain in the butt.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
But if
7
you-
seconds on the flag.
That's why we rotated down.
That's right. That's right. That's how I used to do it before hitting
Yep.
the sick, I think. Rotate those things out. Yep.
And so what did you just do this on your 5th ship, Turpy?
Yes. Although it wouldn't matter.
What wouldn't matter?
If the ship I refit's faster, it's not going to matter if it's the 5th or not.
Oh, because if you auto, you're always moving forward? Is that what you're saying?
If I have one ship that's faster than the others, I will take more damage regardless of where it's placed.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Because I have higher combat speed on that one.
Yeah.
But
okay.
if you're not messing with the combat speed, then the 5th ship's the one to do.
But you also have the issue where if you also have the issue if you're autoing, you're always going straight at the ships, right? So most of that damage is going to be concentrated on the first ship, as opposed to if you're tailing away and trying to avoid stuff, then you start getting damage, accuracy-based damage on the 5th ship. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know what makes the 5th ship take more damage in this target. I just know it does.
Now this one I have.
Even if you're driving towards
well,
them.
it's because you're running away. That's
No, even if you're driving towards them and just auto it, stack them up auto, the 5th ship takes more damage, like Mike just did. And you're not going away from them.
Okay. All right.
This is the one I have 3 CTs, Z2 CTs on. And I don't remember why I did that, but I thought it was for a reason. But you're saying do what, sir? Put the different armor on there?
On the 5th ship, I've got the Z1 CT armor, which gives you evade,
Oh, okay.
and also a bunch of evade upgrades.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay. Is there much else we need to discuss at this point? Because I'm going to try the stack them up and let them auto with the one with the mutineers, because that is interesting. If you're able to get down to 19 minutes, that is interesting.
I got it in less. I mean, straight auto, I was 51 minutes, and I was, I think, 30 when I did the stack up. So I cut a lot of time off.
Okay. Very good. as we know, certain people are better at autoing than others.
Yep.
So, alrighty. Is there anything else we should be discussing, or are we?
No,
Did we go over the CM diary, or was that last week?
We went over the CM diary in regards to.
I don't remember when it came out. I thought it came out like Monday.
I think it came out. Well, we went through what was getting released in the next raid. That was released there.
CM diary came out on Monday. Yeah, so we haven't talked about it, but
No. But the slide that says live wire technology and the upgrade.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything? I'm not discussing at this point in time certain parts of it, like what's going to happen associated with the TLC that's going to drop down for like minimal points. I'm not dealing with that, and I'm not dealing with at this point in time. I'm not dealing with other parts of it, which includes the. Well, go ahead. Is there something you think we should cover that I haven't covered at this point? Oh,
I guess
damn!
if
I'm
we're
trying.
waiting
I'm
until the
trying to
raid
grow.
to do that, then
Damn it! I'm trying to roll a sea serpent, another grease monkey. It's just.
you're
I'm sorry.
cursed.
Yeah. I have so many. Now what do I delete? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you roll
Yeah, there's
cruise
not
while you're on
really-
the show.
No. Just because I was interested in doing what that whole stacking, and I wanted to throw a sea serpent on there, and I had no cruise like that. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trippy.
what I was saying is there's not really a lot of specific stuff in there. I guess we've covered the important bits, or we will with the raid. Although that's already a pretty long show, so
Okay. No, if you have something else to cover, I'm
no, not really.
okay. Alrighty, everybody. I'm gonna have to do something with this grease monkey crew. She's sort of cute, but I don't know what to do. And we'll see you all on Friday.
Good night, all.
All right, later, people. Hope everybody's doing better in Pillage, and we'll see you all next week. Or I'm sorry, on Friday.